It's also the 10th session, by the way.
Woo!
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, I got one character for each digit.
Many campaigns never make it past session 2. We consistently make it past session 50. Almost.
We are live.
Not quite.
Alright, so yes. First. Boar.
Oh. Hi.
You are traveling with a group as you just a couple of days ago left the Treedale area to go towards Lime Village, then to Copper Center, and then to Soldatia. You have a couple of commoners with you that just travel with you on the road. Two couples, Jake and Carla, Morgan and Tess, and Isaac and Luke. Isaac and Luke are not a couple. As you walk the road, you see from afar, or out of the bushes, jumps one single kobold.
Howdy, howdy! Time to pay the toll off the Sleeping King! You walk his road, and you must pay up!
Fella? And how much would this toll be?
How much do you got on ya?
I don't have much. I just have a couple silver pieces. Just
Go ahead,
5
make a
silver.
deception check.
Deception. There we go. First roll for my character. It's just as
Ooh.
bad as the last one.
No, silver not good. We want golds. Light it up, boys!
As you see arrows flinging.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Survive.
Yes, please. Oh no.
Oh, they're just kobolds.
Famous last words.
Alright, I'm doing better so far. Oh.
You'll be fine. He's got friends such as Luke and Isaac to die for him.
No.
That's a lot of kobolds.
I know. And I don't have that much of a defense.
You know what they say? The greatest
Rolling-
offense is the best defense.
Rolling more.
Oh wait, what?
Oh,
Oh, okay, I were the commoners. Oh my god. I was about to have a heart attack.
Alright, well, the first one is Luke, who walks over towards the kobold in the middle. And will try and club him. 20
Nice.
will hit for 2 damage.
Blonk.
Then a kobold
Nah.
runs toward and throws a knife at Morgan. Throws the knife right in Morgan's throat as Morgan drops dead right next to his wife Tess.
Oh no.
Then the next kobold, this one who just got attacked by Luke, draws his dagger and tries to stab Luke. 14 hits. Hits Luke right in the heart, killing him.
Gotcha!
Runs towards here. For your turn.
Alright, just to double check, hand axes were the same as javelins, right? That you can throw with strength?
Yes.
Or-
Mhm.
Yes?
Oh, yeah, isn't that
All
weird?
right. I think I should have specified which of my weapons I have. Like, I want to say a tune, but it's not a tune.
You mean
Bonded.
the one that you use a bonus action for to reappear.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the longsword and the rapier.
Alright.
So I'm gonna take out one of the hand axes. And yeah, why not? I'm gonna walk. Actually, right here. No, should be here. And I'm gonna attack this kobold. I'm gonna throw a hand axe. Just because I can. Oh my god.
Natural 1. The hand axe flies straight over him. He looks up as the hand axe goes high up into a tree, stuck. As he looks,
You're quite new at this, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Don't worry, I'm a pro at robbing people. Give me a gun.
No. And I will turn back, run south, and as I'm running, I'm gonna bonus action. Wait, no, because I think this is a bonus action. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It is not a bonus action, so I can do it. So bonus action, summon my longsword, and as I'm coming down with a flourish, I'm gonna action search for another attack on this kobold. I swear to God, it's gonna be one-handed. All right, finally.
as you chop that kobold in two.
And I turn back to the old one and say, "Now, at this I'm not new."
Dad, we already killed 2. Now kill the rest.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Jake's turn. Jake will run up to this kobold. Try and club. Hits him for 1 damage.
Doing it, guys. We're doing it.
And another kobold. Here. Run towards here. And throw a dagger at Isaac. Right next to you. 12. It's Isaac. Right in the eye as Isaac pops blood out of the eye onto your nice coat and dies. And the next kobold will run towards here and attack Jake with pack tactic.
Ooh.
Misses Jake.
No, you're in the way. No, you're in the way.
On the other side, another kobold. This one will run towards here. And will throw a knife at you, boy.
Alrighty.
9 is a miss.
Yes.
Tess, she will try and avenge her husband. Misses. Morgan is dead. Carla will also try here. 15 hits, heavily injuring 1 kobold. Isaac is dead. And then this kobold will run towards here and throw a dagger at you, Bor.
Alright.
8 is a miss.
It is indeed.
Luke is dead. This kobold here will with 6 attack Jake with advantage.
Oh no, Jake.
Kills Jake.
Oh no.
And that one kobold is dead. And now Bor, it's your turn.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna do a pro gamer move. I'm gonna run here and then back. But as I run, I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna drive the sword right to the hip of this kobold.
Alright.
One-handed.
Crits.
Ooh.
Well, you drive
Alrighty.
it into its hip and it comes out the other hip.
Alright, and I just jumped to the side so it didn't corner me.
Alright. Is that all?
Yes, that's gonna be all for me.
And Jake is dead. this kobold here has 3 potential targets. For 3-4 is Yubor.
Alrighty.
Attempts to stab Yubor.
Alrighty.
12 is a miss.
Yes.
The next kobold will run towards Yubor, and then
Oh,
it
no.
will activate pack tactics, so with advantage.
Alrighty.
20.
Ah,
more damage.
I'm gonna shield.
Ah! How can I
Ha-ha!
not do stabby dabby?
You were not expecting that, weren't you?
No.
Well, there you go.
Tess, her turn. We'll try and club that one kobold. Crits that kobold and kills it. Carla's turn. We'll move to here. Also try to club a kobold. 5 is a miss. Now kobold's turn. We'll run towards Carla and get its advantage. And kills Carla.
Carla!
And she falls over
No!
towards you. And this kobold will go for Tess. Hits her, but does not kill her with that 3 damage. Or your turn.
Alrighty. Oh boy. I'm gonna get screwed. Now this is interesting. Where do I want to put myself? I think I'm just gonna stay there. And I'm gonna hit this kobold. Why not? Do I have anything to hit it with? I do not. Normal flurry. Yeah, one-handed. Still one-handed. I'm just gonna drive it right through the chest. Oh no. 13.
13 is a hit.
All
For 10
right.
damage as that one dies.
Just hang on, Tess. We'll make it through. And I will move myself right here. Oh wait, I'm under it. Right here. Why not?
Alright.
And that's gonna be it. Yeah.
Then it's Tess' turn. We'll use our club on that kobold. Crits for 3 damage, so the kobold is very heavily injured. Then the next kobold's turn. We'll walk over towards Tess.
Oh no. Just as I planned.
13 hits Tess, as she dies as well.
I hope you were paid in advance.
And well, he wasn't escorting them; they were just traveling together.
Okay.
Whoops.
The kobold's turn. We'll go for you.
Alrighty.
Crits for
Oh.
7 damage on you, Gobor.
Oh boy. Wait, I can't see the little bubbles in my head. So that's a 24.
Or your turn.
Alrighty. Well, gonna hit the guy that I have right in front. Still with a little flourish. Just pow! Gonna turn to the last kobold. Now we can do this the easy way. You can go. Or you will suffer the same fate.
Go ahead, make an intimidation check with advantage. As he looks around.
Intimidation. Nice.
Easy is good.
As he starts running away.
Alright. I'll see you later, pal. Ah, dang it.
And then
Clean my sword.
We will switch to a sec to put the music back.
Bosk is still exhausted.
Yep. It's a long day.
Yes, as you hear, as you have had Terrell and Launch and Cash, all as unexpected visitors in your house, you hear a knocking on your door. Duk, 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 duk.
From whatever situation I'm in currently, I'll just tiredly get up because I'm still exhausted. And slowly make my way to the door, and I guess I'll just open it up and be like, what's up?
As you see
Not
Simon
just
there. Boss, Bosk, we have a problem. We have a problem at the farm.
Like a problem that we gotta go handle kind of problem, or like you're missing like some workers' tools or something?
Well, not it's already been handled, but it is something everyone should know. Can I enter? And I can explain it to everyone at once.
Yeah, sure. And I'll just step aside so he can come in. They're like half asleep in the living room, or like drinking my drinks and eating my candles.
Right. As Simon enters the living room. So, when you guys left, Ziggy was acting very strangely because as he stayed behind, and he sent me and Lexi away. Since he owns the farm partially, we just followed orders and left. But soon after, when we were of a bit of a distance, but still on the farm area, uh, we heard a ruckus in the farmhouse. And when we entered again to try and see what happened, uh, both the Dragonborn Sirius was dead and Ziggy, and there was only Rian the kid. He was in there crying. Said something about Ziggy killing Sirius and trying to kill him.
Oh my.
God damn it. I told that rabbit. I told him twice.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
he was talking about it, but I didn't think he meant it.
so Ziggy is dead, like, and serious.
Simon nods. The kid
Okay.
wanted to run away, but Lexi and I started asking questions, and Lexi convinced him to stay and talk to you guys. Basically, her argument was if you guys wanted to kill him too, you would have helped Siggy.
That is a logical argument.
And so, but he was too afraid to come into the house yet, because he was worried that something would happen to him. So he and Lexi are waiting outside a bit.
All right. All right. I guess we'll. What's it's like late at night, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, this has already happened, so we might as well get this done before, it gets later than anything it is right now. And yeah, let's all go.
Yeah.
You guys go
Um,
ahead and talk to the small child.
Mhm.
I am going to go skin a rabbit. As I start
Oh,
making my way back to the
skin
fire.
a corpse. That's kind of. I mean, that's kind of is a corpse.
And then
I
Carl
have
goes
skinned
out.
everyone.
Boss, boss, what do I do with entertaining all these women?
Well, just give them some drinks or whatever they want, and just set up some spaces in a bedroom or something for them if they want to sleep.
Alright. As you hear from it. Alright, girls. Bosk is a bit busy, but I'm his right-hand man, Carl.
Listen, Carl,
Get
just
some,
set up the
Carl.
beds and stuff for him, okay?
Get some, Carl. Go. Now's your chance.
We leave Carl a harem.
Uh,
If you
more
actually
power to
succeed
him.
on that, he's going to give you much better dogs.
True.
You know what they call a female dog?
As you go out for a little bit further on, Lexi and Rian or Ryan are waiting.
Hey, look. Uh, this is kind of messed up situation. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, like I don't really know what to say other than obviously, or at least I would hope that none of us support that decision that he made.
Uh, Guys, do we know if there is still someone of the Order of Bahamut around?
Not a
Oh yeah,
lot.
they're in town. They're just weakened by a large number.
Mm-hmm.
More than half their fighters have all died in Durest.
Because Sirius is a Dragonborn, maybe they could help him as they helped Lexi.
Just because he is a dragonborn does not mean he is affiliated or indeed believes in the god that is Bahamut.
Well, they might still help him out. I mean, we may. I mean, as much as it pains me to say, given the circumstances, Ziggy was one of us, so we could pay for it for getting him back.
I would rather just skin him and feed him to the dogs.
No, I meant serious. I meant. I mean, Ziggy.
Then why did
We
you
can
say
talk
Ziggy?
about Ziggy, but yeah, Ziggy was one of us, but he was the one who killed Sirius.
Yeah.
For Sirius's burial. We should
Uh.
probably just ask Ryan.
He always loved the countryside of Durest. That's where he was born and raised for the most part. He should be buried at his home.
I
I don't
mean,
know if it's possible to get him back.
I know like a group of people that could probably deliver his body to have it buried there.
I'd appreciate that. But um, for our deal, Sirius was supposed to arrange the money, and I don't have any money. I have no idea how to get that gold.
Understand? We broke it. We bought it. This is our
Yeah.
bad. We will do this pro bono.
I mean, we were gonna head towards the city that you want to go to, like that we would take to get to the island, anyways. So like we could definitely get you there for sure, and then you know figure out things from there.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit shocked right now. As Lexi looks around, he needs a bit of a moment to process everything still.
If you would like, you could sleep. I mean, I know you might feel uncomfortable, but I have space here that you could sleep here if you'd like, or at the farm if you would prefer, or with any
I,
of, Lexi or someone.
I don't feel safe at the farm. Here would be okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Um, if you would prefer, we could continue discussing about this in the morning, once you've had time to rest and kind of gather your thoughts. Uh, yeah, I mean that should be fine.
Sharia nods. You guys go back to Bosk's house and take a long rest. As Bosk now has 1 level of exhaustion.
Woo!
Ah, yes, his ultimate goal has been achieved.
Mhm.
Only 1 level of exhaustion.
The power.
It's huge. 1 and 2 levels of exhaustion is a huge night and day difference.
Yeah.
You wake up the next day, and once that's ready for breakfast. I don't know what Bosk has as his breakfast, and is it in his house?
Probably some pretty basic, like you got some jams and some dough, like some nice, uh, just like maybe some hash browns or something, or just slices of meat from something. But just some really just basic
Ziggy
stuff.
was a rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Is that like rabbit meat? Can we just eat
No,
that?
no, no, no. We're not.
So,
Bosick
by the
will
way,
not
Launch,
allow a corpse
Did
to
you
be
go?
brought into his house. Okay.
Launch, did you go to the farm back to see what was there?
I did.
Alright. So as you loot Ziggy, you see in his pocket that Bosk and your birthday gifts were in his pocket.
Motherfucker stole our birthday gifts. That's what I'm getting from this, right? He didn't he
Well,
stole
did
our
you give
stuff.
it to him?
No.
Well, yes.
Well, I take those back. I then proceed to just. All right, what do I need to roll to skin a rabbit?
Probably survival.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is
I'll
like a
go ahead and
This is
perform
like
the
a
perfect
4 foot
task.
tall, 4 foot long rabbit. So I mean,
It's a 19 with the
Yeah, you
perfect
got a
cast.
Ziggy coat.
Shake it all the. I'll take a moment to just shake off all the blood and guts and stuff for a bit, and look over to all the nice rabbit meat, and
nope.
I think this will make great breakfast for the
Oh my
guys.
god.
So I'll just take back the corpse after I got it done skinned and all the stuff. You can just, if it hasn't been already added, the party pot, we could probably throw it all in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And a little bit probably coming around to dawn now. Probably walk into the house and start. I don't cook, so Lexi probably cooks.
Yeah, she
I'll
knows
go
how to
wake up
cook.
Lexi, see if she's willing to cook a rabbit.
Yeah, go ahead, Bort. As he as Alexi is like, um, I think rabbit is in poor taste for now. Maybe later,
Yeah.
if you conserve it for a little while.
I understand.
Like You
How do you?
think you
I
know
will go
someone
salt it.
for almost half a year, and then they go up and do this.
I mean, look. Again, I can't agree with the decision, but I at least understand as to why someone would want to do it. Because 100,000 gold is a lot of gold, and for the things that gold can do for you, which is set your life up, for your family, or whoever or whatever you need, it is understandable as to why that could be something someone would want to do for. I'm not supporting that like I wouldn't do it, but it's just I can see why he might want to take it.
That is no different than the bandits we murder on a daily basis.
That's true. People make dumb decisions all the time, and that was one of them,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah,
I skinned those too. Although I haven't skinned any of them recently. There's too many bandits in this country.
yeah, it's real bad here. People got been resorting to whatever to get money or what have you.
So I guess what I will do is I'll just go ahead and, feed all the guts to Igor while I salt the rest of his corpse, so it can be preserved for later.
Num nums. Yeah.
Nom noms.
And
Could I have
Rian
also
asked,
brought back the Sirius corpse, but
yeah.
in like pristine condition? Cool.
So, what do we do from here? Ask Rian. Are we going to leave
Uh,
to Sadatia or?
Well, um, I have a tournament in Soldatia, and that is also where Lord Gilbert is, and I believe we have business with him, or some of us have business with him. So that's something we could. Well, we plan to go there. So if you would like, you can still accompany us, and we'll definitely head there. Um,
Do we
as
have enough
for
time to stop by and bury Sirius before we go to your tournament?
I have no idea where the place is. Is it on the way? Or is it like out
It's
of the way?
let's see, do rest. That's where you basically fought Kren.
mhm.
So you would that's I believe
Yeah,
six
that's
five 5 days of travel.
Oh,
Or
his
no,
body might.
no, 11 days of travel. Then you'd have to go like back and
yeah, that
Yeah,
would
but
be too
it isn't
much.
until 19 days, right?
yeah, 19 days. So that would add a additional 5 back and forth. No, it would
Something
Yeah,
like
hard
5
that.
math,
back and
but it
forth.
would add. It would definitely. It would be like 29 days
I think that the
travel.
problem is more that his body would start to, decay. Like 5 days is a long time for a corpse. Like that's a while, and we don't have
It's
any means of.
cold here. We'll be alright.
I mean,
It's
I
not
don't
that
think
cold
it
anymore.
just be yeah,
It's
just being
spring.
cold weather. Yeah, it
Ah,
doesn't
damn.
necessarily preserve a corpse. Uh, I'll try and I could try and contact oh God, what is that group that I know? The Pack with Roman, and I could try and hire them to deliver his corpse, or at least like faster in a way to get it buried.
Uh, I know that priests have ways of preserving the dead when they can't bury them immediately. Maybe if there's still someone from the order, we can ask him to at least preserve the body until then.
Yeah, we could check. I'll look at Rion if that's okay with you. We could try and get that done
He
and then
nods.
leave.
Fine.
Do you have any words you wish
Yeah.
to say now, before you, because you will likely not come back to see him in a very long time?
I will. As Rian says a couple of words of thank you for taking care of me, Sirius, when the attack of the goblins happened and the things that happened to my parents. Thank you so much for saving me from those bandits. now I have to go on alone, although these guys will help me. And I know you will always be by my side, even though you're not here anymore. Goodbye.
You also hear me speak a few lines in Celestial.
Once
that-
everyone is done with their sayings, I will tell Carl, of course, look after my house. I will also tell Mabel, Rena, Stacy, and Olivia that, look, if you want to stay at this place, go for it, do whatever, but I literally will be fighting things like all the time, and more than likely, if you come with me, you're gonna get like messed up or killed. But if you would like to stay here, you're more than free to, as long as you can pitch in, do some work or whatever, whatever works for you.
I'll say all for. We'll wait for you when you come back and go win that championship.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll, as I start to leave, I can also mention to Carl, like, hey, Carl,
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie to you. These women they're great, they're nice, they're fine. If you somehow get a shot, go for it. You deserve the best. Keep, thumbs up, my guy. And whatever floats your boat. And then I'm gonna go find Roman from the pack to see if I can get this body transported.
Carl just says you're the best boss I've ever
I know.
had.
Your back
Finding
calls to
Roman is pretty easy. Like, he's just at his regular spot.
I will. Well, I guess I need to find and see if an Order of the Bahamut paladin or cleric will be able to preserve the body, and if they can, I will then pay Roman for transportation fees for this body.
Alright, you go to the gathering area of the Order of Bahamut. It's not as crowded as it used to be, but there are still a couple of acolytes or paladins there.
I will just ask whoever seems to be in charge if they have a way of can any of you like keep a body preserved from decay or anything of that sort?
A couple of the acolytes turn around and a couple raise their hands.
Okay, cool, because a person I know has uh, died recently, and we are trying to get their body to do rest, and I would like it for them to remain as is, so that way they can get there in time for a proper burial.
No problems. I can do that for you. Bring me to my condolences, by the way.
Thank you.
And go bring me to the body, and I will ready myself to cast the spell.
I will also grab Roman and let him know to bring whatever he needs to bring the body, like, because right after the spell gets cast, I want him to just like go, like to take it immediately.
Roman tells you, well, this is going to cost a little bit of money, though.
Well, that's fine. We can negotiate prices. What were you considering?
Delivery of a corpse. It's 11 days travel time. How about 3 gold pieces?
3 gold is kind of steep. I can do. How about 2 gold, 10 silver?
Ah, sure, do it.
I'll take 2 gold from Ziggy's gold in the party pot and 10 silver from the party pot as well, and I'll have that given to Roman for transportation. And if they need, and then if the Order of Bahamut needs payment, I can pay them as well.
They decline it. The Border of Bahamut knows pretty well who you are, so within
Oh,
reason, they will do their services for free. As long
okay.
as you don't demand
Anything
horrible
crazy?
things.
Yeah. I'll thank them each party that I brought here, and I'll wish Roman a safe travels, and again thank the Order Bahamut for helping us in all these situations up till now. And I'll try and spread word that you guys are recruiting on the way.
We have much to recover. It's hard to talk with our southern brothers outside of the lands of Arcadia to send in reinforcements. But for now, we settle here.
And I thank you for that. You know, you've been a tremendous help, both in battle and out. And we appreciate it, all of us, I think, in the town. You know, I can't speak. What was that doctor's name? Lawrence or something?
Jasper,
Jasper. You know, except for that dick Jasper. But it's. We'll figure that out when we get back. You know, I'll figure something out. And I guess that should fix it for sending the body and having it done.
yes, Sirius's body is handled.
Bosk inevitably comes back. You can just see Launch trying to offer Ryan a Ziggy coat.
Okay,
He's a
that's
bit
still
disturbed by
part
it,
of
like,
a body. We could just bury him in the ground or something. Ugh.
It was his
Yeah.
kill. He's earned the right to a Ziggy coat.
no
If
thank
you
you.
don't want it, I will wear it.
You can wear it. You can wear it.
Thank you. I put it on.
In that case, I think if Rian is good and he's set, uh, I will give one last talking to Carl and the girls. Uh, Essentially, what I was telling Carl, if like one of the girls like catches his eye and he thinks he can like pull her, or something, then go for it. Like promise me that's totally fine. I'm not against that. But
Yeah, raises up both his thumbs. Yeah.
but yeah, I will make sure the girls are comfortable and they have their own thing set up. And if they can, help out with the farm. If not, try and do something productive, like help out the town or something, and then we should be able to go.
Want to buy any food supplies, anyone? Or are you all
Hmm.
good?
I have a bunch of salted rabbit. How many rations is that?
Let's see. Go ahead, roll me a d20. Wow, that's 6 pounds worth of food of Ziggy.
Yeah. Rations have been taken care of. I think we still have a bunch still in Party Pot, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, plenty. We got plenty in Party Pot.
Alright, copy paste you guys real quick as you leave territory. So now it is spring, so you do not have to do the con saves for exhaustion as you make your way towards Treedale. Alright, let's see if there's any random encounters along the way.
I just realized I am the champion of the top 3 villages on North Acadia. Like
Yeah.
that whole little triangle. I didn't know where Ulruk was until now.
You're gonna get there. There's gonna be some stiff competition for the championship. I bet.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a level 10 monk, and he's just gonna destroy me.
Well, you could know, like the last year's champion is a warforged named Knockout Bill.
Oh my gosh.
Damn. Well, he can't enter now because of the. He's probably still going around asking people have You heard of the demise.
Depends if he probably is a commander Warforged. Then
Yeah,
he
you're
Unless
right.
doesn't
he's
have to adhere to those.
To those orders.
All
yeah,
right.
unless he's got that some weird thing going on like you do, where he's just not affected.
Well, there are 3 types of Warforged: Soldier, Titan, Commander. Launch is Commander type, and they can think for themselves. So they
Anything
don't.
with
They can
conflict
completely
is-
ignore those orders
Yeah.
Huh?
if they
I
wanted
did
to.
not know that.
All right, day 1, and no random encounters. I will we'll do the food little when we encounter something, so we can add it up later.
Mhm.
All right, then day 2. Also no random encounters. Day 3. Also no random encounters. Day 4. Alright, so 2 hours in. Let's see. Oh, no. Launch, you notice a scroll case tucked inside a tree.
Hey, free treat. All right. Launch will go over and grab the scroll case. This always ends well.
Alright,
Yeah.
do you open the scroll case?
I go over and give it to Ryan.
He looks at it, opens it carefully.
Explosive runes. Excuse me.
It's a letter.
I did it! Finally!
A letter.
Yes. It's addressed to Baron Wilfred.
Leave it sealed. We shall take it to him.
Baron Wilfred is dead.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
He was the he was the person of due rest.
My error. Feel free to read it.
All right. Do you want to know what it is? Do you want me to read it out loud or?
If you would.
I am more than a little curious. Random letters and trees.
My old friend Baron Wilfred. I hope the armor and longsword have arrived in time as payment. I hope
Oh.
these are good enough payment for what I am about to ask of you. With the neutrality of North Arcadia in place, I send you one of my 3 greatest treasures. I hate to admit it, but this one is the greatest of the 3. I know I should not choose between the 3, and I feel bad for doing so. But I feel that when my business is over, things will get worse before they will get better. I recommend putting the armor on green. You'll need it for what is coming. Well spent, my friend, and a good life to you. Sincerely, T. For anyone who
Huh?
wants to read it themselves, it is now in the handouts available.
Could we put together that this armor? Could we put together that this
Yes, it is the
armor
same armor.
and sword is the armor that the general had taken or was wearing when we killed him?
It
Yeah,
seems
you
pretty
can
Yeah.
pretty
obvious.
much assume it.
Yeah.
It has a setting for
You're not,
green right here.
you're not 100% sure, but you can put 2 and 2 together.
See, this is
Hmm.
only one of 3.
Green
No, it
dragon.
was payment.
Yeah.
The payment never made it there. It was in the hands of a goblin war chief.
Yeah. Now we just have to figure out who T is. Huh. Cool. Very interesting.
let's move on then.
Alright, as you continue onwards, let's see if there's another random encounter today. No, there is not, so that's day 4. Alright, then day 5. No random encounter. And for day 6, also no random encounter. So that's 6 days that have gone by as you are back in Treedale. And now for the rations that needed to be spent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6, so that's 36 rations indeed, boy.
I could save probably. Does that count right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I see what you're doing. Just these 6 up at the top. I could kill Igor, and we can save him out to feed.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah, sure. Then it's
goodness.
5. Then it's 5. But keep in mind that if you do that, then if there's a combat, then you can't use Igor in that combat at the start.
Yeah, I have to spend an action to summon him.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, it's just an action for you to summon Igor?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, that's so good.
Just
I have to
depends on if it's.
literally, I
I
have
could
to
do.
literally go find a dog and train it in 8 hours.
So yeah, no Igor food.
Yeah, no food for Igor, just the 5.
Alright, then it's 30.
Oh,
So
during
now,
this time, during our travels, can I also periodically check in with Rion to see if he's like doing okay? And also if he feels up to it, if he can make us stones.
That he can. Everyone can roll me a d6 that wants a stone. I
I
don't have one.
currently still have a stone, but I want to try and re-roll it for something else if I can
Fine.
do that. Yeah.
I got a 6. Everyone wants a pebble.
Advantage on everything. It is the golden one. Advantage on everything for 1 minute. And everyone trying something on you has disadvantage for 1 minute.
I like this.
The
I get
3
the speed
is
one.
the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 is the speed one. And 2 is the full long rest.
Nice.
That really helped me out.
Oh, wait, you could take the stone with your wings out and have a 300 flying movement speed.
Ooh, nice.
Yep.
So Branson's got a full long rest, and Terral can go super fast. Gotcha.
And as
It really helps with me getting rid of exhaustion.
as you guys are back in Treedale, you get a hero's welcome.
I'm into town wearing Ziggy's corpse. Yeah.
Well, you are the guys that still freed this town, so
No need for thank yous.
welcome. Count Liam is back there. Heroes of Treedale, welcome back into this town. You eat and sleep here for free forever.
Nice.
Thank you.
You will be
Could
my honored guest in my house.
would it be possible for us to purchase some food for the way?
No problemo.
All right.
Alright, so it'll be player handbook prizes. I believe that's 5 silver, right, for rations? Not 100% sure.
Something like that. 5 or 2 silver, one of the two. I don't remember. I think it's 5 because I think booze is 2 silver.
I am going to check right now. Yes, a ration is 5 silver pieces. So how much do you want to buy?
How far is the next town?
The next town is 4 days away.
We'd probably just buy all the rations we just used.
Yeah, or go up to
30 rations
50.
each town. So 30 rations. So that's 30.
That's 15 golden.
Yep. My suggestion is to use the party pot to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I don't know how much money we have in Party Pot. How much money did Ziggy have?
600.
Like 600 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, we should totally just split up that platinum. Alright.
As you buy your things in Treedale, take a long rest in Treedale.
Wait. 15 platinum would be 150 gold.
Yeah, it was 150 silver. You gotta deduct 15 gold, not 15
Yes.
platinum there, boy. Why haven't we split this up yet?
I mean, we could still leave it for rations, stuff like that, and also later if we get stuff like Revivify, so we can buy Diamond Dust.
Alright.
It's just extra expenditure money that
Mhm.
it's what we can all use. If anyone just needs stuff, they can know, hey, we have the gold to just give. Except for the gold for the farm.
Alright. So you make your way and stand ready for a new day. Now going from Treedale, the safe zone, to a Lime Village, which is 4 days of travel. See if anything happens along the way. Day 1. Nothing happens. Day 2. Let's see.
Oh.
Random dragon.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think it depends on the dragon. I think we just dip immediately and sacrifice something.
You hear as you hear fighting from further up ahead. As you hear the shouting of no, Morgan! Carla, no!
I will summon Igor.
Alright.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
As you see them, and you see a kobold running away.
Can I throw Igor after him?
Sure.
Oh yeah, totally. I could totally hit that.
Such a beautiful creature. Just majestic. The redness in his skin.
And he dead.
And the... Oh my god, what is that? Oh no! Oh! What is happening?
Sorry, I have not fed him in at least 6 days. He needed something to eat.
But why? Oh.
It's sad, but you do get used to it in time.
He was such a nice kobold. He actually ran. You know, these creatures, they're highly scared. They're scared every time. But they're vicious. And actually having them run away. It was smart. Was.
Actually, if you leave survivors, they will just repopulate.
Okay. And, oh, by the way, Yannick, I cannot see the little, the token bubbles on my token.
You gotta select something else, and then you can click back on it.
Oh, I tried, but
I can
nothing.
see it, so it's like I think there's
Yeah,
try to F5 it. Have you already done
Yeah.
that?
Nope.
Here we go. That will fix it. I know the issue he's talking about. It always fixes whenever I
Yeah.
click on something else.
All right, they're
He probably
refreshed.
doesn't have access to anything else.
Nope. Still no bubbles. I mean, I can
That's
select like colors and everything and the conditions, but I cannot see any
still
bubbles.
have it, so then I cannot fix it for you. So it's problem
It's
on
fine.
your end.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I only have the settings and the condition bubbles as well, so it's okay.
I'll take care of that later. It's fine.
Maybe I can try something else. Do this. See. Does it work now?
Yes. There we go. I can see myself.
Woo!
Thank you, Yannick. Alrighty.
For you too, Terrell?
Yes.
Alright.
Let me think. Oh yeah, would it be possible to give me a second bubble to track my healing word? Healing light?
You can use the red one for it.
Alright. Yep, got to 3 now. Maybe that's not for now.
And oh, I'm sorry you have to witness such a mess. These goblins jumped out of nowhere. I'm gonna walk towards the tree where I landed my axe, my hand axe.
It's way up in the sky.
Oh,
Need to
boy.
climb at least 15 foot to get it.
Oh, let me help you with that.
Thank you. That would be mighty nice.
Do I see the X?
Right
Yep.
there.
When he points it out. Okay, then I'll use Mage Hand to pluck it out.
The mage hand has to do a little bit of power. Freak him a little bit, and then it pops off.
I'll gently pull it down to him and hand it over. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not used to like throwing things. I'm more used to like hand to hand combat, and this is something new I'm trying. I want to expand a little bit of my reach. Certainly.
Hello. My name is Terrell.
Wrinkle looking. Boar, son of Boar. How are you? You see a attractive man with black, long hair, a little bit of a goatee, in a very well kept armor, with a branch design on his chest.
And with a lot of blood on it right now.
Yeah, and with a lot of blood.
but not
Do you want
his.
help? Yeah.
Yeah. It's somewhat.
Do you want help with the armor as well?
Ah, it's okay. I'll take care of it in a little bit. It looks menacing. When you always have it clean, it's good. It's nice. I like it clean. But being on the road seems a little bit more well,
Rugged.
up the beat.
Mhm.
Yeah. People don't really want to mess with you.
I get it.
The seem
Where?
quite a band.
Yeah. Where are you going, friend?
Oh, Soldatia. Should have some business to attend to. How about yourselves?
I look back at the others. Well, we are at least going the same way, so maybe you can tag along.
Sure thing. I'd love to tag along. The last people I decided to tag along, well, yeah, you can see them.
Yeah.
Traveling alone, it's
Maybe.
not very recommendable.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can get them at least off the road.
Good. We really should. You're a very good person with a good eye. Thank you. Would you mind giving me a hand?
Sure.
And yeah, we just drag everyone to the side.
All right, that done.
I go back to the others. Guys, this is Boar, son of Boar. He's also going to Soldatia, and well, I thought strength in numbers. Maybe he can tag along.
Hey, Bor, I'm Rian, son of Taro.
Sounds like a fine name.
Thank you.
Very pleased to meet you. And I walk up to the kid and stretch my hand.
Shakes it.
How
This
about
is
you? Fine. While I still hold the kid's hand. Fine looking robot. Seem very strong.
It's not a robot. It's a warforged.
Thank you,
Warforged,
Rian.
right?
His name
Yes.
is Launch.
Thank you,
Launch.
Rian.
I mean, he certainly did launch that little dragon towards the kobold. It was fast. I stretch my hand also towards Lunch.
Lunch just picks you up.
Oh, okay. That's
How much
interesting.
do you weigh? With your equipment included.
Oh shoot. So that's okay.
Because right now, Launch is assessing whether you're throwable or not.
304.
Not throwable. I'll put you back down.
You actually say not throwable?
Affirmative. You are too heavy.
Well,
Shame.
that's not nice, I guess. But yeah, thank you. I do try to work out.
Launch likes to throw things at other things.
Right? I'll keep myself a little bit away.
Small one
I
gets
don't like
it.
to be thrown.
And this is Bosk. He's the champion
Boss.
of Territor.
Yeah, he's got one belt that's wrapped around his right arm, like around his bicep, and then the same on his left, and then he has a normal champion's belt on his waist. So he has 3 belts on him, including just a light bit of armor.
Do I know about the
That reminds me.
championship taking place in Soldatia?
Yeah, sure, it is a big event.
Right. Oh, so I see here you're quite known around the northern areas. Are you going to Soldatio for the championship as well? I do hear there's some quite competition.
Yeah, that's the place that we're currently heading. We're also just, traveling up there to meet a friend as well. But yeah.
Which reminds me, I forgot. I'll go over to Bosk and I'll hand him his birthday present that Ziggy stole. This was on Ziggy's corpse.
Oh, cool. And I'll re-put on the gloves. Nice. I was wondering where these were.
Go back to sitting near Ryan.
But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I see that you ran into some trouble. If you would like, we could continue there together, but you also have to understand we recently had ran into some trouble ourselves within our own group. So if some people are distant, I hope you don't take that offensively.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Please, I understand people have their issues. People have their own troubles.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to have some company. It's quite a
Yeah.
boring trip
Same.
on your own. All
Yeah,
right.
we should be
Please
good to
take-
travel together.
All right. Let's get going. I don't really want to be near that stench of death and blood
You're
for
not one
that
step
long.
away from me then.
Yeah. Yeah, when we sleep, I'll clean it. I'll take care of it. It gets into the nooks and crannies.
As you guys march further on, let's see if another random encounter happens today.
I will keep Igor up for this one.
All right.
Guess
Well,
I have fed him.
during the night, as you make up camp right around here, let me put you on the right map. During one of the moment as everyone is sleeping, let's see. Boar, during
Yeah.
your guard period, go ahead and
Okay.
make a perception check.
Oh boy. I'm not good at those. Yep. I'm not.
All right. That means at some point during the night, a bunch of daggers with advantage are thrown at you as you are woken up by, where is it? A large group of kobolds.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
What did I say? They repopulate.
Let's
Uh,
see.
since we're lying down, that should negate the
Not on
advantage.
boar.
Not on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boar's up, and he's the one
So
getting all the
yeah,
daggers.
I have my next character in mind.
So let's see. 1, 2,
If
3,
they can
4,
knock him
5,
out
6,
before he does
7,
anything,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
then we're in trouble.
So first one
Yeah,
is a 20. What do you do against that?
I mean, I
Just
do
surprise.
not have a reaction. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wait,
do not have
roll
a reaction. I
initiative
think.
for me just to see if you actually get a reaction from it. Go ahead, roll
All right.
initiative.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna say that half of them do. The upper half you don't have a reaction. The lower half you do.
Okay.
Alright. So this one is no reaction, so 6 damage. And the next
Okay.
one also 6
Okay.
damage. And then the third one 23,
Okay, that
that's 4
misses.
damage.
Oh, yeah.
Disadvantage. Then
Yeah.
the
Oh
fourth,
my goodness.
21, 3 damage. Then the fifth one, 11, that's a miss. And then the sixth one, that's a crit for 9 damage.
Hey, now unconscious.
Oh,
We're
he
not
just got
unconscious.
here.
And it
Well,
means the other ones that also threw them, I'll do it with disadvantage though.
unconscious, that also gives advantage, I believe.
Yeah.
But they're
No,
ranged
that's only
attacking.
for.
Only for
Yeah,
melee.
So it would be normal.
Yeah, it's
So-
only.
so
It
it would
only.
be-
It, no,
Oh, yeah.
no, because when
That's
you're
right.
unconscious, it's only against melee attacks. That's right.
So it's disadvantage this time. So 6 attacks with disadvantage.
Oh
They
my
do auto crit
goodness.
if they hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
14.
Oh
That
my
hits?
goodness. He's
Does
dead.
Oh, wait, no,
14
yeah,
hit?
no. I read the
Alright.
18 only.
Alright, then the second one, 15.
Nope.
Then the third, 11, no,
Nope.
10. Then the fourth, 16.
Yes. Just hits.
Two
One
death
failed.
destroyers. Then the fifth one, 7. And now the last
Okay.
one.
Come on, survive. Ooh.
Yeah, that's it. I'm dead.
Don't worry, I got a saving thing for this though.
That could be anybody.
As
Any
that
of
makes
When I was
so
16.
much, loud sounds. The rest of you wake up. Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Death rattle.
That's a record.
Launch just turns
Yeah.
on. You hear the
Jeez.
Windows Explorer turn on noise. And it's like, oh come on, you just got that one. Oh, time to go around beating people with his corpse. Boy, he's too heavy. Damn it.
Yeah.
Alright. A kobold will run
Nya, nya, nya.
and dash towards here. And the next
Uh,
kobold.
Quick question. We are awake. Are we up or are we still lying down?
You're still prone. You're just awake.
Okay.
Kobold will go.
Nya, nya, nya.
We'll walk toward and try and stab you, Terrell. 10 is a no. 18 as you're prone for 6 damage. And the kobold
That's enough.
has to dash towards you. And the kobold has to dash to here. Launch, your turn.
All right.
I assume you stand up.
Yeah, that's a given. I stand up. That's 15 feet of movement. Makes it 20. Let's see. There's some awfully close kobolds. I will go tell Yigor to go eat this kobold over here as a bonus action. As my action. I'll actually use my item interaction first, and assuming Ryan is holding, I pick him up. I'm gonna move him behind this boulder over here.
Another
And
person
now I'm gonna
died.
do. It tends to be what happens around us. Keep your head low. I'm gonna hold my action to throw Yigor at this kobold. And he's gonna crawl into my hand on his turn.
Alright.
That'll save me an item interaction. Alright. I'll throw it at the kobold.
Alright.
So just be normal. I'm not sharpshooting or anything.
And that'll kill that kobold. Blarg!
Alright, and since my orders were to actually specifically kill that kobold, he's not able to do that. So he's just going to take the dodge action.
Alright. Then the next kobold who runs towards here and will try and attack Bosk with advantage as he's lying on the ground. Crits for 8 damage.
Yeah!
Kobold after. I'll run towards here. Has 2 targets. 1-2 is Bosk. 3-4 is Igor. Goes for Bosk with advantage. 12 is a miss. Boar is dead, but it will keep him on the initiative for now. Then another kobold who has to dash to get here. Then the next kobold who will move towards here and has 3 targets. Goes for Bosk with advantage, but a 13 is a
Miss.
miss. And then it is Rien's turn. Who looks... I just met him today. He can't... People can't keep dying around me! And now, for once, I will generally don't do this, but in this case, I think everyone can agree that this is a fine Deus Ex Machina. His time shift ability. As a clock, a spectral clock appears before Boar, and the knives that were thrown at him are pulled out of his body, fly back to the kobolds or fly back to the positions that the kobolds were standing, as he stands there with his 24 hit points again. I believe that was how much hit points you had.
Correct.
The ability time shifting is vague enough that this is a possibility, but normally I would do a skill check for this, but I think this is a good scenario where I can pull this once in a time. Deus Ex Machina. Don't count on it in future sessions.
Got it.
No need to worry.
One-time gig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe until he's a higher level, then he can do this more often. As Rien looks completely confused at what just happened. What the? And that is his turn. Now a kobold's turn. We'll run towards Boar. Try and stab him. Kill him again in the same combat.
Here we go again.
That's how you do it.
With advantage. 13 is a miss.
Hey, yeah, you're alive.
Runs towards Boar with advantage. 13 is a miss.
Alright.
Next one. Runs towards Boar.
You should stay dead!
I'm just throwing hands.
13 is a miss. Bosk, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna stand up and try and hold my stomach where I got stabbed, and I guess I'm gonna start swinging. I am gonna first punch the kobold between me and Terral.
Alright. Well, that'll kill him.
So I just punch straight through him, and then I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna just start going in order. With my second main attack, I will hit the kobold next to Igor.
That one's dead as well.
Then I'll spend a point of Moxie and make 2 more attacks. I'm gonna make 1 attack here. And then, since I'm going to have Big Boss go for an attack on this guy, and he will have advantage due to pack tactics.
16. That one's dead too. 4 kobolds in 1 turn.
Each punch just puts holes in their body as Big Boss jumps and tears into the last one, and I will just stare down this last guy. And that'll be my turn.
Ow! Terrell, your turn.
Believe it or not, I'll stand up. And then I'll use. Oh gosh. I'll use shocking grasp on this kobold.
Alright. That'll hit. Heavily injuring him, but still up.
Right. And what was readying a shield? I think that was an action. Yeah.
Action.
Yes.
Okay. And can't really move. Actually, let's see. Yes, I can move 1, 2. This one does not get reactions because of shocking grasp.
Correcto.
3, and then I'm at least if he would attack, he would not get pack tactics or now.
Yep.
That's it for me.
Alright. And then it's that more turn. Or run towards here. Attack Boar with advantage. 14 is a miss.
Yes.
This one will try and attack boss.
Avenge my friend!
Normal 12 is a miss.
Nice.
This one is dead. That
It's kind of sad that Big Boss has way better AC than I do.
That's why it's a big boss.
Yeah.
The kobold turns around and tries to stab Terrell. Crits Terrell for 6 damage.
Aww.
Yeah!
And then
That's
another
fine.
kobold. This one will Terrell.
You shook me! Now I shank you!
With advantage on Terrell. Crit for 4 damage.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it is Launch's turn.
Launch just looks at Ryan, who can reverse time at will, and say, I rarely have opinions on anything, but I think I'm beginning to like you. And I pick up a rock next to his head, and I'm going to throw it at this kobold down here. Da, 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 da. Igor, it's snack time. Just eat any of the kobolds, except the dead ones. Eat the living ones first. You can have the dead ones later.
Yum yum!
That'll work. And he'll try and go ahead and eat the closest one.
Alright.
Do, 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 do. Come on, roll 20.
There.
That'll kill him.
Alright, that's my turn.
And Boar, your turn.
Oh my god, I just got it clean. Why? Why me?
You don't
That
even
was-
remember that you were stabbed. With all
No, I'm
those
just
prone
seeing-
daggers.
Yeah, I'm just seeing all the blood that it's around me from the splashes
Mhm.
of all these kobolds. And I'm just gonna stand up and I'm gonna start raising my hand as I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna bonus action, summon my sword, and go to the one in the middle. I'm gonna try to
Alright.
split its head. One-handed.
And you succeed. You slop off the top of its head. Have this jaw part, and exactly at where the jaw is in the middle, that's what you split off. So it's like his tongue is still sticking out and everything.
is far more fun than my dad said. And should I be suicidal? No, I'm just gonna stand there, and that's it.
Rian has done enough for this combat, I will say, and will do a dodge action, as he is confused at what just happened. This one is dead. This one here will attack Boar with advantage. 11 is a miss. I wonder why they didn't throw that when they got the surprise on you with all those misses. But this one is dead. Bosk, your turn.
Well, I guess I'll just continue and try and I'll punch this kobold.
He's dead.
Then I'll move over these corpses and punch again.
You remember that this one has disadvantage though, because you're standing on the kobold's corpse.
Yep.
So 15 to hit. Consider the 25 and 15 being one attack.
Yes. That's 6 damage. That still kills him.
Then I will take out the whip and try and hit the last kobold.
Alright, that'll also be with disadvantage. Also kill. There's still one kobold left here at Tyrell.
Okay. Should I? You know what? You only live once. I do a mind sliver on the goblin. And his head explodes.
Oh boy, that was mind blowing.
As this combat is over, with you guys victorious.
Boy, I gotta clean my armor again. Do any of you have soap?
I can do you one better. I do prestidigitation on you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Should
And
learn
then
that trick.
yeah. And then I do a cure wounds on myself. Level 2. Or 10.
How long into the night are we?
About, I'd say it'd be about 9 p.m. right now.
Alright, so that's probably still long enough that we can get a long rest off.
You guys want to loot the kobolds?
Look
Do they have anything else than daggers and leather armor?
They don't have any leather armor. Their only weapons are like cobbled together daggers.
Yeah.
So they're not of very high quality, these daggers, so I don't think that a shop would take them. But they do have 4 things drawn. Oh, with them, 4 papers drawn. One of them is a map of the area leading towards a cave. And the other, well, that's this. It's 3 different drawings. This one here, this one here, and this one here.
Wonder who
Immaculate.
this is. Yeah.
This one might be a spike trap or something.
Perhaps we could find a kobold. He could explain these to us.
These were not particularly in a talkative mood.
It's fine. They are likely to return with more.
I'm starting to think I should be towards the middle of the group instead of out by the rock.
Hey, it was your turn to watch.
I know. But I guess my time's up. Ah, boy. Should we go?
Watch
Should we
this.
go to the cave tomorrow? I don't know how far that is.
It's from here. Your guess would be a maximum of 1 to 2 hours of travel.
It's only like 1-2 hours of travel. I think we should do it. Clear
Yeah,
days.
we have enough time to delay our travel for that.
Gonna delay a little, but
I'm
it's gonna do
murdering
good for the lab.
kobolds.
True.
First, I have a question. I just look over at Ryan. What was that?
I don't know.
It would have been nice to know you could turn back time.
Wait, what?
I saw his corpse, and I freaked
My
out,
what?
and then that happened.
My what now?
Launch gives the kid a thumbs up
Corpse.
and says, "Good job."
Whatever it was fortuitous.
I'm still hooked on the corpse part. I just thought I fell asleep.
You don't want to know.
Very dead.
Oh my god, this is the first time it happened.
It never happened.
But it did. And how is that possible? Turning back time. I've heard of like traveling vast distances and studied like when you travel to different places, they have I want to say time skips, but it's not that. It's just different perceptions of time. Never heard of turning back time. You, my friend,
Lord Ryan,
you.
do you perhaps have a mind erase in there too?
A special power. You should train. I could teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, maybe. I first want to get somewhere safe before I actually practice more. Siri has always said that with Trajan at the Forge Guild I'd be safe. Or he hoped for it at least. I myself never actually met this Trajan that Sirius says would help me. So I hope that without Sirius he will still actually help me.
Let's hope so.
Don't worry, I carry some notoriety myself. I can perhaps tuck my way into it. You shouldn't worry, kid.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I just play with his hair a little bit and just fuzzle it.
Alright. The rest of the night goes off without any problems, as you have a long rest. Now then the question is, do you want to go to that cave?
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean,
Launch is always down for murder.
do we have time? Do we have? I mean,
You're not
we're
okay
on
with me killing the kid.
we're on schedule, aren't we?
You have now, I have to calculate, it is 22 days before the tournament is.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah, but it is, but it is 19 days of travel, but you already traveled apart. You already traveled 8 days now. So from here on to go to Soldatia would be 11 days.
Yeah, we got
you
time.
have, you have plenty of
got
time
time.
to go to the cave if you wanted to.
I got 4 hours to spare.
All right.
All right, let's go to the cave.
And we should watch out for
Maybe
any
use
any
your
lines in the
lantern.
sand ahead of us, or maybe tripwires or something.
But couldn't hear you well. What did you say?
So we should look out for tripwires. You know, the first uh, this one.
Oh,
So this could also be tripwires. This could
okay.
be pitfalls. So maybe watch out for them and then try to make our way towards the cave.
Alrighty.
Getting to the cave when you're looking out for these traps is no problem, as you are here at the start of where the cave is.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I will cast on myself Long Strider, giving me just 10 more feet movement, just to be prepared.
Alright.
If anyone has any ideas how to approach this, I am open.
I don't think there are too many options as of now.
By the way, Bosk, you did have a long rest, so you can put your hit points on the 38 instead of 30. Yeah.
Alright.
I have an idea.
You do. Let's hear it.
Launch picks up Igor and tells the little dragon to shout at the top of its lungs. The emissary of the sleeping dragon has come.
Sipping King.
Sleeping King. There you go. Since Igor speaks Draconic, hopefully these kobolds speak Draconic.
Mighty. Oh, but let me tell you something.
Igor can make a deception check.
Is there a
I
way
guess
that
his charisma
I can
is worse than
perhaps?
mine.
Is there a way that I can perhaps assist him, perhaps correcting a little of the pronunciations? Because I do know Draconic myself.
You can make a deception check DC 15 to see if you can help them.
Alright. I don't guarantee anything, it's only a +2, but there you go. So you get a -1.
-1.
Sorry. Hey!
That is a crit, so 18
crit.
and a success. As a bunch of kobolds with their giant weasel run out of the cave.
Where is the
I'm
emissary?
pulling
Where is the
up
emissary?
Igor like Simba from the Lion King.
Sorry to go to your roboting. Beep boop bop, robot time.
I'm sorry.
He's warforging.
Yeah.
My internet's not the best. Am I still roboting? Hello? Hello?
No,
Yeah,
you're
now
good.
it's better.
You're good.
Nice.
Oh boy. I'm sorry about the connection. I'll type.
Yeah, now you're back out.
He was typing something, but
Mm-hmm.
think he's disconnecting, or?
Probably. I mean, he's still both in the Discord chat and in Roll20.
Yeah, but I think he's disconnecting because it takes a while to get out of the those if you're disconnected.
Right.
And he hasn't answered us in chat or in Discord, so.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what did you want to say, Branson?
I was just saying rip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these deeds are here. I guess.
Yeah, and I don't see any of them. Freaking humans. There we go, he fell.
Yeah. We'll wait a little bit for him to return. See what happens.
Oh my god, it's so good that so many spells don't have concentration and they can be up at the same time.
But figured it'll take a little longer for him to go, so I will play his character on his behalf. As Igor shouts, "I am the emissary!" Kobolds approach, and they look as they scream,
Wrong color! Kill him!
"Roll me initiative."
Glorious.
I miss having like a +4, +5 dex.
Well, at least this time we have the meat shields in front.
What?
At least this time we have the meat shields in front.
Yeah.
No. Speak of yourself. I'm no meat shield. It's barely a
Alright.
shield. Not even.
First
I mean-
off is a kobold. Will fly towards here. He'll fly to around here. And we'll throw a... no, we'll throw a rock. Can he do that? How does that work?
That would be a 1d4 for an improvised weapon.
No, they have a special ability.
Ah, okay.
No, it has to be directly below them. So he will fly towards Boar and drop a rock on it. 13, the rock dents on his armor.
What was that?
Next, kobolds. They're about 15 feet above you.
Yeah, I don't see them.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna type something out real quick.
The combat already started because as they saw Igor, they shouted that he was the wrong color.
That'll do it.
This one
My
will
goal
be
was to
above.
draw them here anyway.
Yeah. This one will go above Bosk and has the dash to get there. The next one will go above Boss and drop a rock on it. 12 is a
Big
miss.
miss.
Bosk, your turn. There's a cobalt 10 feet above you.
I'm gonna take a step forward to get out from under it, and I'm gonna take out the whip, and I'll slap him with it.
Alright.
Hmm.
9 is a miss.
I'll make a second attack.
13 hits. How do you want to kill him?
As he dances about me missing the whip, I'll kind of extend out my arm this time as far as it can go, and it'll catch him in the jaw and just knock him out of the air. I'll spend a point of moxie, so that way I can make 2 attacks with my bonus action. I'll try and hit the one that was above Big Boss.
Alright. That is a miss.
Next attack.
18. That'll kill him.
After they're dead, I'll look at that giant weasel down the hallway. So I'll run up to him.
Go ahead and make a deck save.
Oh, that's not good.
Why do you think I brought them out here? I'm just saying.
I don't know. You were gone. I don't know.
As rock, you make the deck save, so you get half damage. As right here at the red spot, a bunch of a tripwire goes off, and a bunch of rocks fall on top of you.
Does Big Boss have to make the save as well?
Yes. He made it as well, so you get half the damage. So you both get 3 bludgeoning damage from rocks falling on top of your heads.
Rocks
Yeah, we're
fall,
good
no
with
one dies.
All right, that's my turn.
Alright. And Rian's turn. Who will cast a firebolt at the kobold above Bor. 14 will hit for 1. Then launch, your turn.
Before we go on to my turn, could I add an extra d6 of fire damage to that?
Sure.
Extra fiery fire.
Come on. Still recovering from shenanigans.
So you're not in a hotel anymore, at least.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
then the extra fire kills.
Mm,
As the
What?
kobold falls right on top of Bjor's head.
I will pick up this kobold that's on top of me, or that I'll just pick up the one that fell on top of him, and I'll try and throw it at the giant weasel, and I'll tack on sharpshooter for extra
Alright.
damage. Giant weasel, take this.
Holy.
Yeah, it's dead. With this combat being over.
I'm not in the hotel. I'll talk to you later about it.
Alright.
Launchable. Worked spectacularly.
I mean, I didn't see anything. It was just, oof. Do you mind if I light it up a little bit? Kinda didn't want to disturb, but I think that's already out the window.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast light on my sword.
Alright, give me a sec. How much does
2020.
light? 2020.
Yes.
Should be good now? Is it good now?
Yes.
Mhm.
Alright.
Yes.
Boss, do you want one as well?
What?
Do you want the light as well, boss?
Oh, I can see in the dark.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
right, dwarf.
It's fine. You know, I did see the rocks, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
Well, if
I would
we're
like the light.
You don't have rock vision, you have dark vision.
yeah, exactly. Going forward, if we're gonna continue, I will be trying to find more traps though, so that way I don't bonk my head.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Igor.
Oh.
We had them right where we wanted them.
Yeah! Num nums!
I'll take a corpse with me so he can eat it.
Num num num.
My movement's all laggy now.
You want me to move you, launch for you?
Yeah, just keep me near Ryan.
Alright.
Should we
So
get
the people
jumped?
can watch into this room. This is a kobold sleeping area. It stinks.
Oh,
As
boy.
kobolds eat where they shit.
Mm. And they don't take regular baths.
No.
You.
See a couple of bedrolls, some bags, all sorts of things.
Let's check the bags.
Alright. You check for a while. You see that there is a total of 34 gold worth of gems here.
Hmm.
All small little gems. Like you can, like multiple kobolds have different ones in their bags, but total worth of 34 gold.
Let's put them in the party pot for now.
Alrighty.
And Bosk, you were on the front looking for traps?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a investigation check. Alright. I will tell when that becomes relevant.
Left or right?
Nice. Right.
Right. Okay.
So we're
So
going
Bosk,
left or right?
right there, as you're going into that tunnel, you're like, that ground is fake. This is a trap.
I'll take one of Ziggy's ball bearings from the party pot, and I'm just gonna chunk it into the ground, like baseball pitch it into the floor to see if it'll collapse.
And yes, it does. You see
Well,
spikes below you.
I guess we could go the other way if we want to not try and jump over this.
I could just throw you across.
But you can't throw a boar.
He can stay on this side. With me.
Not fun. Oh, with you, yeah, yeah.
It's not like I could throw myself either.
Well,
Sure. Have you tried?
That is called jumping.
Yeah, you could probably jump across.
Do I see any kind of rock formation that I could tie a rope around on the other side of the pit trap?
Go
Here, I
ahead,
can
make a
read it.
perception check. Or survival, whichever one you prefer.
Okay. Perception is a 1. Survival is also a 1. So
Nah, you didn't see anything.
unfortunate.
All right, who's going first?
Throw me.
Wait. I give you one end of my rope. If you are on the other side, try to find something to tie it to, and then
Sure.
we'll have an easier way.
Alright.
I'll move to the edge of where the pit trap is. I'm dragon, and then I'll pick up Bosk. Well, Bosk is pretty heavy too. I'll have to actually drop my backpack, but then I'll be able to yeet Bosk 60 feet to the southeast.
Yeah, I think
I'll
boss
target a
comes out to
rock.
like almost 200 pounds.
Yeah, I could throw you. I just have to drop stuff and then pick them back up when I'm done.
I'll tie the rope around something over here in case that makes it a little easier.
Go ahead, make a perception check to find something. Alright, you tie it up.
All right, there you go.
Oh, I was content to stay on this side. Who else is going?
It was my idea. I tried to pull the rope taut.
Yep, it's tight.
All right. Then I'll try to climb my way to the other side using the rope.
And with your weight, you fall down. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw to avoid the spikes.
6.
That you
Nice.
do perfectly, but you do still fall as you take 5 falling damage. But you like see the spike patterns and you put your arms precisely correct that you fall in there and all the spikes are around you, but none of the spikes hit you.
This is why I prefer throwing people.
Okay. How deep is the pit?
It is only 10 feet deep.
Okay. So I should be able to climb up on the other side.
Yes.
Right.
And now that you're down there, there is also no risk of getting caught between the spikes, so you're also safe.
I'll. So how are the spikes affixed?
They're basically parts of rocks.
Okay.
Stalactites or stalagmites, I always forget which ones are up or down.
Hmm.
If you have a pickaxe and a lot of time, you can disable
Right.
them.
Do I have it with? No, I have it with the other character. I do have a hammer and a crowbar.
So you're gonna take a lot of time.
Oh.
You'll be in that pit for a year.
Yeah.
Not a year,
No.
but several hours, yes.
No, definitely not. No, then I'll just climb up the other side.
Alright, I'll pick up the dog next. And I will say, Bosk, catch, as I huck him his dog.
I will try and catch my dog.
Worked fine.
As you catch him, he licks your face.
That's a good boy.
And then I pick up Igor and I throw him on the other side too. And I say, we will wait on this side. You go on ahead.
All right.
Can't throw Bork. He's too heavy.
I mean, how much? Yeah, I don't want you staying alone here. Seems
Ooh,
too risky.
that's a heavy diss against Boran launched against Ryan and launched there.
Oh, I could throw Ryan. I'm just not.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So where does the rest want to progress to? Follow the hallway again?
Yes.
Alright.
I guess we'll just continue.
Yeah. I try to keep another lookout for traps. Don't want to fall into another one.
Go ahead and make your investigation checks.
Yes. Investigation.
Alright. Let me write those down before I forget them when they become relevant. Yeah. So Igor has orders to follow,
Igor has orders to follow.
but that means no help.
That
Only
does mean
follow.
no help. Only follow.
Slicing the pie.
Nothing too bad so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard moving him.
I'm moving him for you. Maybe that makes it harder.
I need
Oh.
to refresh my roll 20.
As the
I'll
kobolds in the other
quickly
room.
grab Igor and I'm gonna throw Igor at one of the kobolds.
Go ahead, make an athletics check.
And I'm just gonna yell "Consume!" and throw him.
You gotta grapple him.
Yes. And then, alright. Do you want me to roll for Igor?
I think I got a sheet open. No, I don't. I just hit the refresh button because I was liking too much. Go ahead and roll.
Alright. You do not succeed in Igor in grappling Igor to throw him.
I'll just be like, "Ah, God damn it!" And I'll throw him. And all right, well.
And the kobolds like look around, turn around.
Ah, intruders! Take them down!
Roll initiative.
Reminds me of when Team Rocket captures a Pokemon and tries to use it. He just
God.
doesn't give a fuck.
My initiative today is abysmal.
Well, first off is a kobold then. Will run towards you guys and throw his dagger at Bosk. 19 for 6 damage
That'll
if
hit.
that hits. Then another kobold will run towards here. And that be its turn. Another kobold will run towards here. And then dashes towards here. Another kobold will do the same. Run towards here. Bosk, your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna run up. Seeing these kobolds, I'm gonna punch each of them in the face.
The
So that's
first
for
one
the
you
middle
hit,
one.
you kill him.
I'll turn to the one on the left and I'll punch him too.
Dead.
I'll spend a point of Moxie to make 2 more attacks. So I'm gonna punch the one on the right. And then I'm gonna have Big Boss run over and bite this guy.
Alright.
Now he doesn't have advantage or anything, unfortunately. So just straight.
Alright, that's
More than enough.
damage and a strength save. Because kobolds are so great at that. As he falls prone to the ground.
And I'll step into the room after him and stand here. Whip in hand, and that'll be my turn.
Alright. Then the other kobold will run a bit closer towards here. Let's see. He will throw a potion towards you, Bosk, but let's see what potion it'll be.
Healing.
He throws a basket of centipedes at you, Bosk. Let's see. As they go, as they hit you, they like start crawling into your shirt, or the lack of shirt, into your pants, and you have this itchy feeling. And at the start of your turn, we will see how that'll affect you. This kobold here will run towards here and attack Big Boss for pack tech.
Big Boss has an AC of 18.
That is a miss then.
Let's go.
Terrell, your turn.
Okay. I'll move ahead because I don't see anything right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll use an Eldritch Blast on the this kobold here.
Alright. Hitting him and heavily injuring him, but he's still alive.
Okay. That's it for me.
Alright. Then the inventor, he will stand up. And he will throw something at Big Boss. 1. Oh, he has to roll for that. That's disadvantage, so 7 is a miss. As he tries to roll an acid flask at Big Boss.
Let's go, Big Boss.
Then Bosk, your turn. Con save. As you feel very ticklish from all those centipedes. But you manage to keep standing, so you can take your turn normally.
Excellent. Whip in hand, I'm going to smack this kobold inventor in the face.
He did.
Then I'm going to walk around like this, and I'm going to punch the kobold inventor. Oof. I will use my bonus action, and I'll have Big Boss bite this guy with advantage.
That'll kill it.
And then Big Boss is going to run around and start barking loudly at him, and that'll be my turn.
Alright, then the kobold adventure again. He will desperately throw something at you again, Bosk. Let's see, number 6. That's a melee. As he pulls out his stick with a scorpion at the top end. And he will try and slap you with his scorpion stick. 18. So that'll hit for 1 piercing damage and a constitution saving throw with advantage because you're a dwarf. fine. Let's see. Half as much damage. 2 becomes 1, stays 1, so you take 2 damage total from the thing.
I also have resistance to poison.
Yes, but half of 1 is still 1.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Yep.
Alright, Terrell, your turn.
I'll. Yeah, oldie but goodie. I'll Eldritch Blast him. For 9.
Still standing. Bosk, your turn then. Bosk?
Sorry, cut it there for a sec. Alright, here we are. I will punch!
And he's dead.
Whew. Well, we can go to the right, or we could go to the left.
We should check if this up here is an alternative path back to the others.
Yeah, okay. I'll walk over here then. Yeah.
Igor, come along.
Alright.
A singular long hallway.
Yeah. Good chance it's leading us back to the others.
Yeah, or trapped or something.
Well, we are looking out for traps, so. Yeah, should we roll a new one or keep the one that was previously?
Well, I'm keeping that natural 1, but you can re-roll if you want to.
Okay. Core. Investigation.
You know, this hallway seems perfectly safe to me. I think
Yeah.
we can just go down here.
Go ahead.
I got it. I'll go first.
And then at that moment, you see little hatches and little cliffings opening behind on the other side of the walls to downwards. As you see eyes of kobolds there.
Haha, got you.
Roll me initiative again.
Oh.
Alright. And first up is a kobold. It opens a hatch. And then from the hatch, it uses its sling attack at, will throw a dagger at Bosk with advantage. Because this time he is not actually within melee range because of this contraption. 15, does that hit?
It does.
Alright, for 6 piercing damage, as he then closes the hatch again. And the next one will also open a hatch and do the same thing. 23 will hit for 3 damage and closes the hatch again. Bosk, your turn.
So hitting 18 exactly does activate my bloodied. Let me see. Level plus con. Okay, so I get 7 temporary hit points, and I get all my moxie points back. Where are these hatches exactly?
To the south of you.
Okay, so like right here, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like reach? Can I reach them with my hands, or?
No, you can't see them anymore after they close the hatch.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna run and just try to get out the way, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. Alright, that's as far as I can move, and I'm gonna take a dodge action, and same for Big Boss, and that's my turn.
Alright. And then on Terrell. A hatch opens right next to you as a kobold throws a dagger at you. 21 for 6 damage.
That does hit.
And then opens a hatch. A kobold sticks his arm out and looks a bit with his head and throws on at Terrell. 14.
Does not hit.
And the next one opens up its hatch and stands right next to Terrell, so tries to stab him from the hatch. 22 will hit for 6 damage.
Seriously.
Terrell, your turn.
I have an AC of 18 and it doesn't help me. Okay.
It wasn't my decision to split the party.
Yeah. Okay, first I use 3d6 to heal myself. For 14. That's really helpful. And go down to 2. And then I use my move to go as far as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I ready shatter when one of the hatches opens to launch it through the opening.
Alright. Then Kobold's turn. A Kobold pops out here, so the shatter would be here.
Mm-hmm. Let me quickly grab it.
How big is shatter?
Shatter is a 10. I'll just send it and level 2. So it's a 10-foot sphere, 10-foot radius sphere.
And you'll catch 3 kobolds with it, and no matter if they make or fail to save, they're dead.
Mm-hmm. And it would also damage non-magical objects, so probably the hatches are blown away.
The hatch is over here, at least.
Yes.
Well, that was that kobold's turn. Then the next kobold opens his hatch, and he's right next to you, Terrell. And he tries to stab you with advantage. 16.
Does not hit.
Then the kobold after that also opens his hatch and tries to stab you. Crits for 6 damage.
Nah.
Bosk, your turn.
Hearing the fighting, everything, I'll move back here. Can I still not see the kobolds or anything, right?
No, you can see right here the broken hatches that they've opened up. You can see kobold guts around this hallway, but you can't see the ones that just attacked Terrell.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay right here, and I'm gonna hold my action to attack a kobold if I see it.
Alright,
If it comes this way. And Big Boss will dodge.
alright.
That'll be my turn.
And this kobold will pop its head out of the thing, and we'll try and hit Terrell with a sling. 19 for 5 damage. He pops his head out. He's too far away for Bosk's ready action, and pops back in. Terrell, your turn.
I move out of this danger area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and I'll stay here. And I ready my action, an Eldritch Blast if a kobold comes around the corner.
Alright. And this kobold will pop its head out, so now Bosk's ready action goes off if he uses his whip. As he opens the hatch and looks around. The next kobold will move out of his hatch location and towards here and try and stab Bosk.
And wait,
Yes.
I see him, so my Eldritch Blast goes off.
And that'll kill him. And then Bosk, your turn.
Well, if I can step back here, I will do the same thing and just sit there and prepare to punch whatever shows up.
Alright. Then that kobold, who opens its hatch too far away for you, shoots you with his sling. 22 for 3 damage. And then closes his hatch again. Terrell, your turn.
I'll slink back around behind Bosk and ready my action, Eldritch Blast.
Alright. Then Bosk, your turn.
Same thing. I'll ready the whip in my hand.
Alright. As the hatch opens, your Bosk, your ready action goes off. And that'll kill him.
Well, that was annoying.
Yeah.
Always is.
I'll move back and be like, alright, well, there isn't that much left in this kind of corridor, so we'll, I guess, continue, and I'll take the lead again.
Right. I use my second spell slot for Cure Wounds on myself. And heal 8.
Onward. Yeah.
Okay, this does not lead back to the others.
Some weird hallway, I guess.
Yeah.
What is in here? What is this?
Another kobold sleeping area.
Ugh. Is there anything of interest with these little, like, beds slash stacks or whatever they are?
In this case, nothing of value is here.
That's fine. In that case, I'll just kind of look at them. Oh, well, whatever. We killed most of them, or all of them anyways, and continue.
Or Igor just left to the hallway.
He could have followed us, but then he was like,
I
nah.
forget about it occasionally.
That's okay.
So, small flashback towards the. So, Borg.
Yes. Yes.
I have this ability. Maybe it would be useful for you as well. Pick up a rock.
Okay. Sure.
And, alright. As the spectral clock appears, go ahead, roll me a d6.
1.
Alright. And that is... the red time stone. Activating it for a bonus action, you get 1d4 extra actions in a turn.
Oh boy.
And this is a trick I learned myself. Hope it'll come in useful for you.
It surely will. Thank you.
No problem.
What do you think they found in the hole?
I don't know, but they've been gone for a while now.
And you heard a loud shattering noise.
Well, if they turn up dead, Igor will return. Or just eat them.
Can you sense if Igor died? Or...
No,
okay.
I cannot.
So, if you just cast him, then something will happen at some point.
Whenever we get to the point where we are worried about them, I will resummon him to my side and he will give me an update on what they are doing.
Okay.
Or he will be dead, but he will still be able to update me on what happened.
Okay. I can't say I've ever heard of a dragon like Igor before.
It is complicated.
Okay. Back to the group. And here.
Oh boy. Continuing down the hallway.
Woo!
The winding paths.
Yeah.
As you
Oh my.
go and see a large
Oh my
kobold
goodness.
and one kobold sitting on a throne.
What are you doing here?
As he says that, I'm just gonna kind of take a deep breath, spit out, clean out my mouth, spit out any blood I have, and I'm gonna dig deep because I'm scared.
Intruders! Intruders! Slay them all! My knights, for the Sleeping King!
Go ahead and roll me initiative again.
I roll twice, it's the 6.
At least they can run.
Well, I can run like the wind. But that won't help Boss and Bosk.
It's okay. I believe they can keep their own pace and still make it out of there.
Alright, first is a dragon shield. We'll go here, and then dash to here, as he walks with a very heavy large shield. It's a bit slower than normal kobolds. And the giant weasel.
Go get
Will run and dash towards here, looking very mean at boss. Alright, then a normal will run towards and attack Bosk. 17. Does that hit?
Yeah, it does.
For 3 damage then, or 6 becomes 3 damage. Then the next kobold will go towards Bosk. Will attack with advantage. 15.
That hits.
Alright. Alright, becomes 4, is 4, becomes 2 damage. Bosk, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna start punching. Hitting this kobold in front of me.
Ten is a miss.
Oh boy, this is already starting not great. Punch again.
16 is a hit, killing him.
I'll spend a point of moxie, and I'll make 2 more attacks. Punching the kobold next to me first.
Alright. That'll kill him.
Then I'll have Big Boss bite into the giant weasel, and he'll have advantage.
Heavily injuring the giant weasel.
No, stupid dog!
You hear from the Kobold King across the room.
And he'll have to make a strength saving throw.
It's prone.
Nice. Alright, that's my turn.
Terrell, your turn.
Okay, I'll go into melee range with the giant weasel, and I use a shocking grasp on it with advantage.
Alright.
So let me just trigger the advantage, and
It's 7 damage, so you.
this is
As the giant weasel is dead.
No! Fluff, fluff! I will avenge you!
Anything else you would like to do, Terrell?
nope.
Then a dragon shield. Who will do a dash action to get to here. Then the inventor will move a bit closer to him. And he will maybe throw something. Let's see. 1. He will throw an acid vial at Bosak. 20 will hit for 7 acid damage.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And I believe it's only the melee damage that gets halved, right? From
That's correct. Yeah, it's just piercing, bludgeoning, slashing.
Alright, and then a kobold. Move. Try and attack Bosak with his dash. Crits for 6 damage, becomes 3 damage.
The crits today, seriously.
Yeah, that's been
Next
crazy.
kobold will move to here. I'll attack Bosak with advantage. 16.
That'll hit.
2 damage. And now the boss.
Go get that fluff murderer, my champions!
As the boss casts a spell, and you see that the dragon shields start moving a lot quicker
Oh,
as he twin casted haste on them.
Oh my goodness! Alright. Whoo!
Well, there was an
Fluff
option.
murderer!
Points at Terrell. Alright, and then a inventor will, let's see, will go for Terrell if he can with whatever he rolls. 3. Throws a basket full of centipedes at Terrell that crawl into his clothing, and we will see at his turn how that will affect him. It's very ticklish.
Oh my.
Alright. Now the shield, the hasted dragon shield will walk here. 1, 2. Where are you hurt? Right at the fluff murderer Terrell.
As he does that, can I hit him with my whip as an opportunity attack?
Let's see. He's still within your reach for the whip.
Oh, he is. That's right. Never. Rip. Never mind.
And first attack with his spear on the fluff murderer. 9 is a miss. Second attack. 21 for 6
Yeah.
damage. And then his hasted attack. 8 is a miss. Fluff is dead. That kobold is dead as well. That kobold is dead as well. Bosk, your turn.
Bosk isn't looking too hot. But because of this, he is going to reach into his pocket and quickly, as a bonus action, snap the blue stone and get a full rest.
And removed his exhaustion. As you're back at max health and have all your abilities back.
And just saying that, I will take my fist and punch this kobold.
Alright. That'll kill him.
And then with my second attack, I'm going to use the whip to smack this kobold.
Alright.
I
That is
don't
a
think I
miss.
missed.
As he blocks it with his shield.
That's fine. Yeah, and then I'll just stand here then. I still have my resistance activated as well.
Yes.
Awesome. And that'll be my turn.
Terrell, your turn.
What is the shield made out of?
Let me check. Dragon shield. I'd say a dragon hide. So it's a
Okay.
leather shield.
Mm-hmm. Not metal.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Okay. I'll try to shocking grasp him. That's without advantage, so it's just a 6.
That is a miss.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see very, very, very much damage going my way, so I'll use my time stone.
Alright, bonus action.
Yes, that gives me 300 movement, and
Yes.
reactions cannot be used against me.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just to be sure. And let's say, okay, that's enough for me.
Alright. Then it is the kobold's turn here.
I will go after the fluff murderer.
So, movement speed is doubled due to haste. Alright. Bosk, you can make an opportunity attack on this kobold if you want to.
Oh, which one is moving? That one? Yeah, oh, 100%. I'll hit him with the whip.
That'll miss. And with his hasted action, he will move. And that was his normal movement. And he will throw a spear at Terrell. 19 for 3 damage.
Fluff.
Now the inventor, who will, let's see what he has in store this time. 7. He has on his backpack. He pulls out he puts out a little cage, and he pulls out a skunk, and he sprays Bosk with it. Con save. No, not con save for Bosk. He sprays Bosk with it. Con save for Big Boss.
My boy.
He made it.
Oh, nice.
He still recognizes your scent.
Oh my goodness.
How powerful is your son?
Then a kobold. This one will attack boss. Normal. 7 is a miss. And the next kobold is dead. And then the big man will cast Scorching Ray at Bosk.
That'll hit. That's a lot.
The first
These
two
kobolds
hit
do not fuck around.
does pack tactics. The pack attack rolls against a creature with at least one combat ally within 5 feet of the creature, and that ally and the ally isn't incapacitated. So he has advantage on them. So 19, 17, 18. So that
Those will
is
hit then.
yeah, that's 22, 27 damage on Bosk.
My good lord. My blood eagle trigger. God,
At
that's
least.
a lot.
Yes! After 3 combats, still splitting the party.
Sheesh.
That is the sorcerer's turn. No kobold invent. We'll throw an acid veil at boss. 19 for 4 damage.
These throws today.
Alright. Then the dragon will use its hasted action to do a disengage. Then run towards the Fluff Murderer. Then use its normal action to dash and get here. Bosk, your turn.
Oh boy. Let's see. Wow.
And Yeager just stands there and starts still doing the dodge action.
I want to move here. I'm gonna punch the inventor.
Upper one or lower one?
Upper.
Alright. That'll hurt him, but he's still.
I'll punch him again.
That'll kill him.
I will then reach into my bag and I'm gonna consume a healing potion as a bonus action.
Alright.
Okay, not great. And then I'm gonna have Big Boss run right here. And I guess that's where I'm going. What I'm doing.
Alright, Terrell, your turn.
Is he still
This
super
the Whitestone is for a full minute. If I
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
the Whitestone is for a full minute.
Correcto.
Okay, so I can still outrun these shielded ones. Idiot. I mean,
They moved
yeah,
80 feet.
yeah, but they can still throw stuff. So, okay. I ready a mind sliver on them.
Alright. And a kobold in Dragon Shield's turn. We'll run after you 40 feet. And hasted action 40 feet. And shows up here. And runs towards you.
Nah.
Go ahead, do your mind sliver. Fails it, takes 3 damage. Alright. Then a Kobold Inventor. Let's see if he gets anything nice. 6, what is 6? Scorpion
That's
on
a
a
scorpion.
stick. We'll try and hit the hit Bosk with the scorpion on the stick. 11 is a, or 12 is a miss.
Yeah.
Then the Kobold. We'll try and stab Big Boss. 23 for 4 damage on the dog. And now the sorcerer. Well, this round we'll use. We'll use this. Chromatic Orb on Bosk.
Ooh.
That is with how you call it? With advantage because the 2 kobolds are next to Bosk. So that's great.
30.
That's 30 damage on Bosk.
What kind of damage?
I
Please be poison.
should be because they are followers of the Sleeping King. So yes, it is poison.
Oh my goodness. Alright. If it's poison, I survive. But barely.
Mm-hmm. That inventor is dead. Then we have the other dragon shield. I'll move to here. That is its turn. Bosk, your turn.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Bonus action? To spend a point of Moxie to get some temporary hit points.
Alright.
Okay. Action time. I'm going to punch this kobold inventor in the face.
That'll hit, doing 9 damage. Still alive.
I'll punch him again.
Alright. That is a miss.
Okay. I will continue. Okay, I'll stand here.
Don't have any Moxies anymore.
I can't keep using them. Their bonus actions to do stuff.
And we're
But
back
that's
to
the thing.
Darrell.
That's the thing. Bosek's literal flaws are that he doesn't do this shit and he doesn't run away. So it's like, bruh, come on. No way. Oof.
Okay, I do a Sacred Flame on this one, and he gets minus 1d4 on his save.
Alright, next save. Well, doesn't
Okay.
really matter with the 6, so 3 damage for him.
Okay, then I'll begin heading back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 40.
Oh, yeah, from there you still have 210 movement speed
Yeah.
left. So 170 left.
Mm-hmm.
40 left.
Gosh, I'll use my bonus action for the last two d6 that I heal Bosk with, because I see that he's in a very bad spot. And of course,
Take whatever you can give.
right?
That'll be your turn then?
Yes.
Alright, the Dragon Shield's turn. It had to run quite a bit with its haste. And Inventor's turn. 1. So it'll throw acid at Bosk with disadvantage. That's a natural one. Then the O would have been normal, but still a natural one. Then the Kobold will attack the dog. 10 or 11 is a miss. And then the big guy again.
Ah! I see the Fluff Fluff Murderer again! I saved my most powerful spell for you!
He can see me? He's good.
Yeah, they have good eyesight. And he saw that Bosk got healed.
Hmm.
As he will throw his Fire Poison Ball at Terrell.
Ooh.
Dexterity saving throw, DC 20. That also
Yeah,
hits
even
you.
if I make it, that's not enough.
You go down.
But you know what? Let me do the save anyway. Because I mean, I at least I would get
Igor is
saves
also
then.
going for
That
that.
saves. Just a sec. Where there's the save. Yeah, 9. That's not enough. I mean, it's more damage than I have HP, so that's an insta death.
No, it's let's see. No, it's I need to do at least you have 12 hit points, right?
Yeah. Oh,
so,
right.
Your maximum is 27, so I need to do in this case I need to do 39 damage in one blow to insta death you.
Yeah, that was not enough, but enough to.
So yeah, it's like
take it
rolled
down.
just a little bit better. It could have, but it didn't.
Hmm.
Alright, that was its turn.
Yay! I took down the Fluff Fluff Murderer!
The Dragon Shield. Well, it does something. Bosk, your turn.
Okay, wow, this is getting worse by the second. I'm going to have Big Boss first. He's gonna come here and do this.
He'll get 2 opportunity attacks
That
now.
is fine.
Alright, with advantage. First from the Kobold. 15.
Miss.
And from the Inventor. We'll do this. Dagger, also a miss.
Awesome. Okay, great. I'm then going to move here. And I'm going to make 2 attacks against the sorcerer.
Alright.
Second attack. Moxie point. I'm going to make 2 more attacks.
all of them give you damage. 15, 23, 30 damage. With the last attack, he's dead.
Okay, excellent. All right. 10. I'm gonna have Big Boss move to here. And for now, that is my turn.
Alright. And Terrell, death save.
Come on, if I ever need a 20, it's now. Nope.
That's one failure. Now, the Dragon Shield is now for one turn. Haste stunt. So he can't do anything.
Yeah, because the haste stun, right? Okay, good. Excellent.
Then the Inventor. 8. Throws a bag of wasps at Bosk. Let's see. The wasps make it very hard to see and makes you blinded for one turn.
Wow, that... Okay. Oh, that's so... do I have to make a save against that, or is it just
No, it just
automatic?
happens.
Okay, okay.
Then a kobold's turn will walk towards Bosk. And with advantage, we'll try and stab Bosk. 22 for one damage because of the thing. That guy is dead. The other dragon shield doesn't get to do anything either because of haste stun. Bosk, your turn again. Till the end of your turn, you're blinded.
So do I still know where Tyrall's body is?
Yeah. Because
So
blinded only gives you disadvantage on attacks, and you can't do spells that require sight. So you
Okay.
could still feed him a healing potion if you want.
I will use my bonus action to spend my last point of Moxie to take the dash action, and I will just run past these two people to get to right here.
Alright, that is opportunity attacks then.
That's fine.
17 for free becomes... And 23 becomes 2, so 3 damage total.
And then I'll use my action to give Tyrall my last healing potion.
Alright.
Do you roll or should I?
Oh, it's only +2. Sorry, I put +4.
So
That's 7.
7 hit points for Terrell.
Still good.
And then I'll have Big Boss come stand right there. That's my turn.
Alright. And Terrell's turn.
I stand up.
Yes.
Thank you. Um. I do an Eldritch Blast on the Inventor.
Alright.
Big damage. Yes, big damage. And I take a step back. And I also have... Do I have a healing potion on me? Not on this character, as it seems.
How's everyone on time, by the way, right now? Because we're now, for some people, we're now at the normal, regular ending time. Because of the 3-hour time difference.
Oh, I'm still good.
I'm good for another hour.
Alright.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
starts your turn, Terrell?
Yes.
Alright, now Field's turn. I'll walk up towards Big Boss. Try and stab him with his stick. First attack, 16 is a miss.
Nice.
Second attack, 11 is a miss. This inventor is dead. And then the coat. I'll run towards here. 1-2 will go for Terrell. 3-4 will go for Bosk. Goes for Terrell.
Okay with that.
23 for 6 damage.
What is it with these rolls? Seriously.
Oh yeah, it's the saying. We always have we have one active viewer on the stream, and he is some higher up in roll 20 that affects the rolls here.
Right.
All right. Now for the other dragon shield. Oh, he has to dash. Bosk, your turn.
I'm gonna punch this kobold in the face.
And you do, and kill him.
I'm gonna cough and look at Terrell. I'm looking not great. Like, I've been getting destroyed. I had to use a full heal and then take a potion and then all this other junk. So I'm just covered in, like, gallons of blood. I'm gonna look at Terrell and be like, okay, sit
Same.
around this corner. And I'm gonna move over here and punch this dude.
That'll hit.
And then I'll have Big Boss make an attack at advantage as my bonus action.
16 will hit as well for 8 damage. And a strength save for him. He's prone. Would you?
Okay, that is my turn.
Alright, Terrell, your turn.
Okay, since I see that the guy is prone, I go up and do a shocking grasp on him with advantage.
Alright.
Let's see. Oh,
18 will hit for 2 damage.
and since I'm still fast, I'll do. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Good. Okay. Let's do it like this. So I can't throw anything past me.
Alright. Then it is a Dragon Shield's turn. Well, this one will stand up. Since he got attacked by both of y'all. 1-2, Big Boss. 3-4, Bosk. Goes for Bosk. 5 is a miss. 16 is a hit for 1 damage. The other Dragon Shield will dash to here, and that'll be its turn. Bosk, your turn.
I'm gonna punch this dragon shield twice.
That'll hit for 6 damage. And for 7 and 6, yes, 13 total.
Then I'll have Big Boss bite him. And it's advantage, so it is a crit.
Yes, and that'll kill him.
Okay, where's this other dragon shield?
You don't know.
I have no idea. But for now, I'm gonna move back into here and chill. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here for now. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Terrell, your turn.
Okay. Since I hear him moving behind me, I go back, peep back, and do a Mind Sliver on the Dragon Shield.
Made
And he
it.
saves. Oh my. Well, I can just zoom.
I didn't completely keep track of it, but Bosk, I will say from now on your brace up is gone.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
20
It
rounds
only
have
lasts.
passed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it lasts like about a minute, so that's fine.
And you
I'll
already got
keep.
a -1 from the because you did it before the combat, so it's 9 rounds. So I think you're past those.
Yeah, it's fine.
But he did use the full rest stone
Yes.
between that, so let's refresh that one as well. Okay, I think I'm pretty much at the end of my abilities here.
Alright, then it is the Dragon Shield. I'll run after you. We'll dash. That is its turn. Bosk will do nothing, and then your turn again, Terrell.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point I have a different.
I know
Um,
exactly what he's doing. There it is.
uh, that's 250. That's 300.
Alright.
I don't think that anything will be threatening me, but just to be sure, in this direction, I ready an Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
At this point, I'm very paranoid.
So you're just gonna wait for the shield to come?
No, that was just one turn.
Alright.
Since
No,
I still have to.
I just did the shield's turn, so
Okay.
you can act
Uh,
again.
yeah. I go back further. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. You see me moving like the wind. Getting here. Oh gosh. No, I.
Someone has arrived.
Ah, they're finally back. How did it go? Oh, he looks injured.
Very much so. We ran into a lot of trouble.
Do
Oh
you
boy.
need help?
And we're quite comfy here. We're just about to sit down and have a bite.
Salted rabbit meat. Do you want some? So how did the
Could you-
fight go?
Very bad. Bosk is still back there. He's holding on, but just barely.
Now you tell us.
Should have been the first things coming out of your mouth.
We should help them. Launch, throw me.
Affirmative. I just pick him up, and I'm just gonna jump. I just back up 10 feet and take a long jump.
believe with Launch's strength, he reaches it without any problems. If you have more than 15 strength, you can easily jump this distance.
Oh, okay. So,
So you can jump this, and you never told us.
You know the jumping rules. Like you can jump the equivalent amount of your strength score in a long jump.
I know I could jump this. I didn't know he could jump this.
okay. So yeah, I can definitely do it. Like, wait.
By the time
Do
by
it,
the
do it.
time they do reach me, I'm going through all the kobold stuff.
Yeah, I will. I'll give you a moment for that. Because the shield guy is also still on its way. He's just slow.
Yeah, it's the whole reason I stayed behind was because I didn't know this guy could get across. Because I couldn't throw him. If he could have jumped it, we could have all just went.
Yeah, I can get across just fine.
God damn it.
I can get across by a lot. In fact, I think I even land here.
This should have never been a problem in the first place.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay, I know one of them is after me still, but one, I'm very fast. Two, he's very slow.
Well, the thing is, with the conversation and the time that you guys were talking, your speed is already gone.
Yeah, okay, that's perfectly fine. But he's still a long ways back, so.
Alright.
Alright. Well,
Let's make our way then. Right. Do we roll
We're not
initiative?
in initiative, yeah.
Yes.
Should we?
You can. You don't have to roll yet.
Okay.
Well,
Alright. So yeah.
Launch will march forward.
Yeah. Now you may roll initiative. I will remove Bosk from the initiative.
Oh, nice.
This is gonna be so much overkill.
This one dude proceeds
this
to solo everyone.
This entire dungeon wasn't even designed to be actually that hard, but it's just like, yeah, you guys chose to do it with 2 people.
Bosek knows no fear.
Yeah.
This is putting the game on challenge mode.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't die, so there's that at least.
Yeah.
Alright, then the Dragon Shields is up first, so he will go up to Boar.
Alright.
Trying to attack him with a spear.
Get me the fluff killer!
17 and a 4, natural 1. Does the 17 hit? I don't know.
Yes.
For
But
4 damage.
And does the fact that I have bright light affect anything?
No, because it has to be sunlight specifically.
Sunlight sensitivity requires sunlight,
Alright,
yes.
Boom. -4. Hey! Who's the fluff killer?
No. The fast guy.
Fast guy? I don't see any fast guy here. Just don't stab me again.
Then get out of my way and let me kill the fluff killer. The king commanded.
Alright, shut up. I'm just gonna longsword him.
That'll hit, doing 14 damage on him.
Still alive?
Still alive.
Jeez.
These are beefcake kobolds.
Yeah, he's beefy. Alright. Gonna move to a side. Alright, get him.
Launch, your turn.
Affirmative. I'm just gonna walk over and take an action to grapple him.
Alright. 5. Oops, wrong. Oh no, that's not wrong. Just have 3 in my name.
Oh.
I rolled a 10.
But
Still
it's
a nat
still a
one, though.
natural one, so he just wiggles out.
I tried. A turn.
Alright, Rian's turn.
The music.
This is
And he will
So
just
appropriate.
catapult on him. Makes it, no damage. Oh, I see why you had so much trouble with this guy.
Oh yeah, it was quite easy to hit the guy.
Alright. And Terrell, your turn.
Okay. I'll go up.
There's the Fluff Killer!
And then I'll use a Mind Sliver on him.
Filled it, takes 6 damage.
And I'll take 2 back.
His turn. So both Launch and Boar can take opportunity attacks on him if he runs after the Fluff Killer.
I was just waiting for it.
14 misses him as he blocks it with the shield, but the unarmed strike hits him.
Ah!
Damn shield.
As he has
I
his
don't
spear,
care.
as he has his spear, he'll try and stab Terrell. 20 for 6 damage.
Seriously, why do I have an 18 in armor class?
And then with his second attack, he will attack Terrell again.
Christ. He going for the throat.
Yeah.
2 death save failures.
Oh
Your
boy.
turn.
Ah, shoot. I don't have anything to bring the guy back.
Guys, I was just joking when I said he solos y'all, please.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Soul Survivor Bosk.
man.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, shoot me, right? Just gonna run by and say, hey, what you think you're doing? I'm gonna stop the guy. You know what? I'm going two-handed.
That'll hit for 6 damage.
Wait, 8.
You don't
Seven.
get dueling style.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Dueling. I don't get dueling. He's still alive. Damn it. Why did I get a 1?
Mhm.
Ah man.
Um,
Action surge. I'm gonna hit the guy again. One-handed. It's like, jeez. Oh my god. Okay.
Well,
You still have a bonus action to get even more actions if you want to.
go overkill. Burn all of them.
I mean, I don't have anything for a bonus action.
Now you can
You
use
forgot
stone
about
as a
it.
bonus action. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
You have the
That's right.
stone of actions, so you can sacrifice your bonus action and then you roll a d4 and you get so many extra actions.
All right, let's do that.
So bonus action, you crush the stone, then you roll a d4. So you get
Yay.
3 extra actions.
All right, so that's 3 more attacks. Let's go. One-handed.
All of them.
Miss. That's a hit for 9 damage. He's still alive. So 1 more.
Jesus. Oh my
That's
god, I hate myself. I hate myself so
he
much.
is in the red.
Oh my god. Now, if I stand on top of Terrell, does he have? He cannot hit the guy, right? I
Yes,
mean,
he
he
can.
No,
can.
he can totally kill him.
But you can even get an advantage on it. And he got an advantage on you too.
Oh my god. I
And
hate
he gets advantage on it anyway for me.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand there and that's it.
Launch, your turn.
I
Alright.
failed miserably.
Lucky for you, I don't use weapons. I'm just gonna kill with a cure wounds. If I used weapons, I couldn't do this. But since I don't, Terrell can heal for...
Okay.
Alright.
That wakes me up.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
And I'll look over to Ryan and I'll say, do
I
me a favor and go around that corner.
Sure.
It's gonna worm like a glove.
Rian's turn. We'll dash around the corner.
You've seen what I do to my allies. No one wants to see what I do to my enemies.
Alright. And Terrell, your turn, as you have 2 hit points again.
I stand up.
Alright.
Dang. I may be able to get far enough away from him. Okay, I don't chance it for the roll. I do a disengage, and I would like to try to get away, but okay, there I am.
Well, oh no, I guess it's been too long. I was gonna say, don't you still have 300 movement speed?
Nope.
It took so long for that guy to get to you guys that
Yeah.
you were having a conversation, like every
Yeah.
time like 6 seconds went past in the conversation, I moved them.
Mhm. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You stood up from so you
Oh, right,
get 50 movement
ooh.
speed.
Whoa.
So from here you can only move 3 squares.
Yeah. So 1, 2. That does not help at all. Okay.
Go the other way. Go the
Yeah.
other way. Give us up attack
3.
at least.
Okay. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, the shield's
Yeah.
turn. Who will run? Boar will get an opportunity attack. That's a
Oh
miss.
my
Now
Jesus
Launch will
Christ.
get an opportunity attack.
Yes.
How do you want to kill him?
As Launch just points Terrell the other direction, Kobold starts running after him, and he grabs him by his upper jaw, and he grabs the lower jaw, and you just see Launch's hands start rotating, but it doesn't have. But it has like a ratcheting mechanism, so it's like he's opening a can of beans. So he's just slowly, and then finally, when he gets down to the end of the tail, rips it off, and you can just see the spinal column and like a bunch of different organs that stuck to one half, and then there's the rib cage on the other half.
So you Kung Fury'd him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Slowly.
disgusting.
Now this combat is over.
That's
Finally.
disgusting. Throw him to the spikes, please. I don't want to see that. That's
Please.
just not good.
Launch just,
Oh boy.
I can't wear this, so I drop it.
And wear this. Oh god.
Ryan, you
Yeah.
can come back around from the corner.
No, don't come around. Don't come around. No.
Oh, what is it?
No.
Oh,
It's
gross.
nasty. It's nasty. Oh god, you're gonna see that he's gonna be traumatized for the rest of his life, just like my brother.
Oh, you have a brother. I have 2 brothers too. Haven't seen them in a while.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. That's not good news. Anyways, should we go get the other guy?
Yeah.
We should check if
What's
he's
his name?
okay.
Toss or something like that was his name?
Bosk.
Bosk, yeah, that one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not good with names.
I'll move guys to there.
Alright.
Nope. That means we don't have to.
Mhm.
We're getting carried.
I'll show you the way,
Carry.
so that you don't go somewhere we haven't been and trigger a trap or.
Whenever
not
they
ambush.
do find me, I'm sitting on the little throne that the dude had, and I have all the collected loot just on the ground, and I'm just like
Yes.
chilling at the time because I'm so tired. I'm
Alright.
barely hanging on.
You find a chunk of onyx worth 250 gold, a potion of acid resistance, a scroll of invisibility, and a very, very nice green cloak. But you think it's magical, but you don't know what it does.
I have the what's it called again? I have the Eldritch Invocation, Eldritch Sight, which gives me at will detect magic, if that helps.
Well, then you
It's
know
not
that
an
this thing
amplifier,
is. You'll know that this thing is transmutation magic. So
Mhm.
it is a magic item. But sadly, that does not tell you what magic item it is.
Right.
Rian just raises his hand. You want me to figure it out?
If you can.
Pulls out a pearl out of his pocket. It
It is
is
ridiculously prepared.
a cloak of protection.
Nice.
Oh.
Everybody
awesome.
wants that.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's something that everybody could use. I don't know, man, what this mess was, but Bosek's just gonna get up. Okay, there was one more area that we didn't finish exploring because we decided to go into the small cave and not the other direction that we could check out if we wanted to.
I'm pretty sure that way is a dead end.
Yeah,
I just want to say I'm an idiot. I still have inspiration from way back.
that's fine.
All right. I guess we'll take a minute and look for any more kobolds.
Bit around, and you find basically just one more extra. And that's the room, which is the food supply room, which you can harvest for 73 days worth of mushroom rations.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Throw them in the cart.
Oh boy, you have 99. No, 96. 96 rations.
Would you like to leave the cave and continue on your journey?
Yes.
For
Yes.
day to finish day 8 out of 19. All right. Then I will roll for random encounters if you encounter one. But if you do encounter one, I will just say that it will be the will be the end of the session. Just see how far you get. That is nothing. So day 3 goes without any problems. So you guys have a long rest now.
Ugh.
Yay.
And then for day 4, as you reach Lime Village, that is also without any problems. So you reach Lime Village without any problems. That is where we'll end today's session.
My
And we'll
goodness.
have, that means, with 5 people, that means 20 rations need to be consumed out of the party pot.
20 rations.
Yes.
20 mushrooms gone.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I just want to ask something. Did we have did Cash just excuse himself and is taking another path?
On a yeah, he probably just took another route to look for something.
He'll
So
probably meet up with us like in a day.
He'll meet you. He had to do something else, and you guys met up at Lime Village.
All right.
Well,
We should totally
if
figure out who wants that cloak.
I mean, I know I do, but whoever else wants the cloak, we could do either the roll, whatever it is that we do to decide it, because I don't remember, or something else.
I would say for the tournament, you should definitely have it. If you are allowed to use it.
I'm not sure what
No
the rules of the
weapons, no
tournament are.
magic. But you
No
could wear
clue.
armor, so
It is
No.
technically armor.
mhm.
It's also
How do
magic.
you feel about having a?
We'll have to see when we get there what the rules are.
Yeah, we'll see what
Last
they
one
say.
wasn't
Right.
too strict, but we had a buddy running that one.
Now if you actually bought the tavern, you could have literally made up the rules when you organized the tournament yourself.
Damn.
It was like
Girls.
I would only I as a DM would only be there as an arbiter of the mechanical rules of the game, but you guys would have been in charge of the actual tournament rules.
Nice.
Damn.
Boss wants it. I kind of want it, and we got a new fighter who could probably use it too. Does the warlock want in on this?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Why don't we leave it up to fate?
I was
When
also
we
gonna
get there.
suggest. I was gonna also suggest that maybe if oh god, I forgot his name. What's your name? Boar.
Brian? Or
Yeah, yeah. If I know that currently Launch has the +1 longsword, but since you are a longsword person, perhaps you would like the sword. But unless Launch decides not to,
Launch needs a weapon against ghosts.
sure, that's fine.
leave it up to fate.
In that
Well,
case,
the
we
D20
got
gets it.
3-way.
I get Plus, it helps with this. Well, for you guys, because as long as they don't give it up, I
So
have it
yeah,
once too.
how it works is to decide when everyone wants it, you roll a d20 minus the amount of magical items that you already have, and the person that rolls the highest gets it.
And I have 2, so I've got the least amount of chance for
Yes.
this. You guys are equal.
Oh my god, I got a 4. Seriously,
Mm. You can still win.
I
I
suck.
got a 6. Branson's the cheers.
Yes.
Cool. And it's not like he'll keep it on forever. Like if we need to, we can always pass it to someone.
I never have luck with the rollies.
Don't worry, you'll get stuff.
Yeah, I did have a ton with Drosky, so it's fine.
Mhm.
Nah.
Like
Eventually, Launch won't need a
magic
sword,
items.
so
If
Yeah.
Find better swords.
yeah.
If
we'll
I-
find better swords.
if I drag and drop a cloak of protection, will it apply, or do I have to do something else to get
It
it
should.
on?
Yeah, it
just
should.
drag and drop.
It should. Yeah, it should.
Okay.
It should.
And you can check it with your AC.
It should
Ultimately, probably
look like
the route I'm gonna have
blue
to
or
take
something.
with Launch.
Because it already affected your saving throws, I can already see that.
Yeah,
How
it just
works.
didn't increase my armor class.
Oh, that's because I made it loose because we couldn't get the armor class correct with
That's
the,
right.
So you can just change the number from 15 to 16. That should
Nice.
work.
There you go.
Cool. Works for
So
me.
what I'm gonna probably end up having to do with Launch, because inevitably we're gonna hit the level where I can't kill things with one throw of the dragon, and I'm gonna have to use my other attack for something, and I'm probably gonna turn him into just Igor's gonna become a mountain. I'm gonna dual wield lances, and I'm gonna be throwing lances at people or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then get an enchantment of returning. So the
Oh,
lances
yeah,
every time fly back.
There you go.
Alright,
Oh my
we'll turn
goodness, that
off
was.
the stream
If I
now.
was not a dwarf.